Where's Colombo? What team's he on?
Hello and welcome to the NFL OFFseason Podcast, here with your host Louis Debe, alongside, of course, my partner in crime, Dave Crest. Dave, what's going on?
Hey, boss. Thanks for having me.
Yep, okay. So let's kick this thing off. The NFL Combine was last week. Very interesting one, I should say. Many headlines, of course. Johnny Football, as we all know, was there. Jadeveon Clowney. Our favorite player, Michael Sam, and Coney Ely from Missouri, our two favorite guys there, as I'm a fan of the Missouri Tigers. They're my favorite college team, so I'm a big fan of them both. Besides Michael Sam's, recent news. Yeah.
Nice save. All right. Moving on. All right. So now let's just talk about Manziel. I mean, just get him over. I mean, really, there's not too much to say about Manziel. You know, he ran. If anything, I mean, everyone expected him to run 4.5, something like that, if not even a little higher. So, I mean, Manziel really didn't help or hurt his stock, in my opinion.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. He didn't right. So he didn't throw, he didn't run. He did run, but I don't know about you, but to me, I still think that Manziel is going to be the first quarterback taken.
Oh yeah.
Bortles was impressive. Don't get me wrong. I really like what Bortles did. He threw the football very well for not knowing all of the receivers, and I thought he really improved his day. Who do you think had probably the most helpful day in the combine that really raised their stock higher than it would have been normally?
I think I'm gonna say Mike Evans. I don't think he really moved any higher in the receivers, but I think that teams will be more comfortable picking him in the first or higher in the first round because he showed more speed than maybe people anticipated, and he's got the size 6'4.5" or something like that. And I think he also pulled away from Kelvin Benjamin.
You cover the Buffalo Bills for the Real Bills Now blog. Do you think the Bills are a legitimate destination for Mike Evans if Sammy Watkins does not fall?
Yeah, I do. I think that there's about down to maybe 4 or 5 players who are going to go to the Bills. One, I think if Sammy Watkins is there, they should get him. Another guy is either if it's really rare, but if Greg Robinson's there, or maybe Jake Matthews. Those two, if one of those two tackles, but that's it. And then Mike Evans and Eric Ebron. So yeah, I think it's a very real possibility that Mike Evans goes to the Bills with that 9th overall pick.
I agree with you that he pulled away as well from Kelvin Benjamin. Looking at both of them, though, I mean, they are huge, and I think that they're both going to play significant roles in whichever team they go to with their big size. Obviously, a lot of people have been putting Mike Evans with Anquan Boldin as the comparison because he's strong and he can go up and get a ball in tight coverage. I think he would go perfect in Buffalo. Actually, that's where, in my current mock draft, which will be coming up soon on our blog, NFLoff.blogspot.com, I think...
Name drop.
Yep, and I think Mike Evans is going to go to Buffalo. I think Manuel will have that another big target that would really help improve. I think no matter what, I mean, I know, like you said, that they could go pass protection,
Yes.
or
they could even go with a linebacker.
Right,
so
like
they
can go C.J. Mosley to go along with Kiko. I think they're going to go grab another weapon for Manuel. If it's not Ebron, it'll be Mike Evans. To me, it's going to be one of those two because an interesting thing happened this week. The nothing didn't really happen, but something leaked out about the Cleveland Browns' possible draft moves, what they're going to do. There have been reports from Daniel Jeremiah from NFL.com, who was told by many different people that, in fact, Cleveland's guy is not Johnny Manziel. It's Fresno State quarterback Derek Carr. Is this a smokescreen, or are they legitimately in for Derek Carr, maybe with that second first-round pick, and maybe go get, like, that's why I'm thinking maybe Buffalo or Oakland doesn't get Watkins now. Maybe Cleveland goes and gets Watkins to go along with Gordon, then they snag Carr with that second-round first-round pick. Do you think this is a smokescreen, or was the whole Johnny Manziel thing a smokescreen?
No, actually, I think that's. I don't know if it's a smokescreen, but if it is, I think that's smart. Actually, Watkins is the best skill position player in the draft, no doubt. So if they get him to go alongside of Josh Gordon, that's insane. And then if Derek Carr in fact is their guy, then they got their quarterback. And because if they don't take a quarterback, it's pretty much guarantees that Carr falls to them with their second pick. But also they could, and what I think they should do is go Manziel in that first pick, or even not Manziel. Take Bridgewater or Bortles, whoever you like best.
Right. Because Manziel might not be there.
I love Bortles. Bortles is so good.
Bortles
is amazing.
He's still a sneaky first overall pick.
That would be awesome. And some mock drafts predicting that, yeah.
To me, Derek Carr is a guy that he's not worth the fourth overall pick. So if they are really like him, I think they won't take a chance there. But to me, 26, I'm just a little bit skeptical. Even though Arizona's been talking up Carson Palmer, I'm a little bit skeptical they might pull the trigger on Carr, and I don't know if that would worry Cleveland enough to move up. But maybe they move up a couple spots from that 26 spot. I don't know. Maybe they give up a pick. But I definitely think I agree with you. I think Carr will be available in that range. I actually agree too as well, even though it's kind of boring. But I think he is a perfect fit in what Cleveland wants to do. I think Mike Pettin obviously is an offensive coach. He came from Buffalo as a defensive coordinator, but I think he would fit well in there. A big-armed pocket passer, can distribute to a good amount of weapons if they do. Granted, take Sammy Watkins. I don't know. This might be a smokescreen and take Manziel, but my whole assumption on this was that Manziel was the old regime's guy. Michael Lombardi and Joe Banner were the guys to me that wanted to move, like reported heaven and earth to get Manziel. I agree with you. I think that they might still go quarterback at 4. I don't think Manziel's going to be available, honestly. I think Jacksonville is going to pull the trigger on this guy if Houston doesn't get him. Let's go to Houston actually right now because we both would like to talk about Jadeveon Clowney. Did Jadeveon Clowney make any more improvement onto getting the first overall pick?
Wait, just real quick to go back to the Browns.
Yeah, sure.
If they go with their favorite quarterback, not Carr or one of the other top 3 in the first round pick, they could also snatch a guy like Brandon Cooks, who ran like a 4.3 flat, right? I think he ran a 4.3 flat or something like that, which is insane. So I'm a big fan of him, and I think he rose his stock too.
Plus,
this week.
It could be Odell Beckham, Jarvis Lane. The receiver is so deep this year. There might be at least 10 receivers picked. So yeah, Cleveland to me though, I don't know if you agree, is going quarterback receiver first round. Because I think free agency wise, I think they can go get a Ben Tate, or maybe if they want to go after No-Shawn Moreno or Darren McFadden, just naming off a couple running backs that they can go get. I think they're going to build that offense in the first round with their most important position and another receiver to go along with Gordon. Yeah. So yeah, let's go to Clowney now. Did he make improvement for the case for being the first overall pick, or did him not participating in the field activities, did that hurt him a little bit, or was just that 40-yard dash that darn impressive that nothing else mattered?
No, I think he did. He really didn't have that much higher to go in the stock, but he definitely helped it out. Didn't hurt it at all. I think it should be a shoo-in that he should be the first overall pick.
I agree. The one thing I'm skeptical about, I think, first off, Houston. To me, actually, I would go quarterback. I think looking at their team, that defense has some playmakers on it already. I know if you want to go best player available, you'd go Clowney. But their offense entirely, they have Arian Foster, hopefully a healthy Arian Foster, who it was one of the best running backs a year before this year. There was talks that he might be the best. They have Andre Johnson still. He's still a productive player. They have DeAndre Hopkins, who had a pretty impressive rookie year. This offense, all this team needs to me as a quarterback. And obviously, yeah, you were looking at Seattle and basing off what they did as a defense that won that team a championship. But you need a quarterback in order to do it. You can't just have a defense. And I know they could go second round McCarron. They could go Jimmy Garoppolo. They could go many different ways. I just think they should pull the trigger on a quarterback. I don't know who that quarterback's going to be, though.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Second round, what I think they should do. All right, so, but yeah, I definitely think that Clowney should be the first overall pick.
Okay.
All right, so moving on, I know that since you're an Eagles fan, they're talking about you should be looking into the corners. Who do you think after the combine, or who do you think had a more impressive combine, Denard or Gilbert?
I like Gilbert better. I think Denard, there was a lot of talks that I think that, to me, this is my thought. I think Denard needed to run an impressive 40 in order to surpass Gilbert because there was question about Denard's speed. Obviously, everyone knows he's a press guy that's just going to shut a guy down. But he was very stiff. I saw a lot of time he had trouble getting low in a lot of the workouts, Denard was. And I think, honestly, Gilbert had a great day. He ran a really fast 40. I think it was around a 4.35.
Yep.
He's explosive. He can punt return and kick return. He's big. He's physical. I love Justin Gilbert. I don't think he's going to fall, though. I think a place like Detroit would suit him well. But I think Denard would be a great pickup in the first round for the Eagles, who definitely need secondary help. But I would like to go in the direction more of a safety, because I really liked what I saw from both Calvin Pryor and Clinton Dix.
Yeah, who do you think? Is there any way that Calvin Pryor jumps Clinton Dix, or do you think it stays?
Yeah, that's the thing I saw. Mike Mayock says that Calvin Pryor is the number one safety on his list. I still like Clinton Dix. I haven't gone to the film and actually watched either one yet. I've just seen highlights because I've been reviewing a lot of the corners right now, and to me, both safeties are big time playmakers. I like Gilbert though. I thought he had a much better combine than Denard did personally. But then there's another guy that I actually think is a sleeper in the draft is Kyle Fuller from Virginia Tech. He's a physical corner who has a long arm span. I think that would be, and this might be a bad comparison, but he reminds me of Nnamdi Asomugha in Oakland, and I think that he could also develop to be a good player. This draft is one of the deepest talent-wise that has been in the draft in a while. Personally, that's just my opinion.
Oh yeah, it's deep at every position except for running back.
Which brings a good segue right there. I think we should actually go into that right now. Is there going to be a running back taken in the first round?
No, and if it is, it will be to Cleveland with their second pick. And then that's if they don't take Watkins first or go on a receiver. So, yeah, I think it's very unlikely.
Who's that running back?
Carlos Hyde, in my opinion, is the best out of Ohio State.
Yeah, to me, there's no running back that will be taken in the first round. I like Kadeem Carey out of Arizona. Carlos Hyde's a great player, but I feel like he benefited a little bit off of Braxton Miller's read option. That's just me. Arizona did that too, but their quarterback really wasn't that big of a threat. I don't think that running backs will go in the first round based on, honestly, you just look at what happened last year. Teams are going to see that you can wait for running backs and even get them in free agency, and there's many different areas to get running backs, which is a position that now people are saying you can get a dime a dozen anywhere. You can get a playmaker at that position. So to me, Cleveland, like you said, would be the best suited out of all the picks. But I've seen in some mock drafts on NFL.com that the Carolina Panthers could go there. They have D'Angelo Williams there, who's a pretty productive running back, but Jonathan Stewart's been battling injuries his entire career, and it might be time for them to let him go. So maybe I've seen some mock drafts that take a chance for them on Carlos' side. But I'm a bit skeptical on the running backs this year, personally.
And also, I don't think you'll see any guards go in the first round as well.
Yeah, that's true, actually. There was 2 guards taken last year.
3, Justin Pugh.
Oh, Justin Pugh, right. So, Pugh, drawing a blank.
Jonathan Cooper.
And
Chance Warmack.
So, 3 guards there could go from that to... But you just see how deep the skill positions are this year. Look at, every position. There even might be about 3 tight ends taken, because you got Ebron, and then I'm not... Austin Seferian Jenkins or Jason Morrow, who do you like better?
I like Jason Morrow better personally, but it's kind of a toss-up, and Ebron is definitely solidified his top spot in the tight ends.
I like Amaro too, but I think Seferian Jenkins, when I was watching him, he's a tall tight end that has a really high vertical jump, so I think that he would be like a good fit in Green Bay, but I like Jason Morrow to New England in the first round. I think that he would be best suited there. They do not have a tight end as of right now that with Gronk sidelined that has made any plays except for, I guess you can make a case, not really, but for Humamama Wooey. That's a terrible name. That's a hard one to say, but I like
Who was
those
that
guys.
guy they had last year for like week 1 through like 6 or something before Gronk was there?
Sudfeld.
Zach Sudfeld.
Zach
yeah.
Sudfeld.